But am I introduction again? Hello, good afternoon. You are locked into Revive FM 94.0 on the Power Hour with your host today, Louise Power. This show is about community diversity and inclusion, a platform for women, leadership, entrepreneurship, and inspirational stories. And welcome back, everybody. The Power Hour is back. It's been a while. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. We are back live in the studio every Thursday from 12 till 1 p.m. And just like my very, very first show, I have somebody special here who was at my very first show in the 14th of February 2020. Yeah, so 4 years ago, over 4 years ago. And so I'm just so glad. Thank you to all the followers. Thank you to everybody that stayed with me, even though we've had a bit of a break here at Revive. We are back in action, and so excited to have everybody with us, listening to those of you on the radio, those of you online. So in the studio today, no further avail, I have my special guest, Charlene Imbert. She is a breast awareness specialist and a bra fitter. And she's with us today in the studio. Welcome, Charles. I can't hear you. Oh, is that me? I have to, yeah, you can hear her, but I can't hear her. Sorry, we're just back in the studio, and my studio manager is doing something technical so that it's just doing something technical, sorting it out for us, because I cannot hear my guest. Yeah, you can hear? I can't hear. Sorry, Charles. I can't hear anything. What's she saying?
حبيبي يا رسول الله 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 حبيبي يا رسول الله. The greatest man to walk the earth, the greatest words that had been heard, the greatest man to walk the earth, the greatest words that had been heard. Your life, it was a miracle, Habibi ya Rasulullah.
Hi, Lulu. Can you hear me? Hi, guys. Oh, great. I can't hear you.
Prophet of all times, Habibi ya Rasulallah, Habibi ya Rasulallah, Habibi ya Rasulallah, رسول الله حبيبي يا رسول الله.
Hello, good afternoon. Sorry about that, Charlene. I will introduce the show again. We had,
That's okay, Lou.
as I said, we have just come back in the studio and things seem to be working again. So I'm going to introduce the show again. Good afternoon, everybody. You are locked into Revive FM 94.0 on the Power Hour with your host today, myself, Louise Power. This show is about community matters, diversity and inclusion, a platform for women, leadership, entrepreneurship and inspirational stories. And we are so glad to be back on air, back live again every Thursday between 12 and 1. And today in the studio, I have a special guest. She was my first guest 4 years ago on the 14th of February, Charlene Imbert. She is a breast awareness specialist and bra fitter. Thank you. Welcome back, Char.
Thank you for having me, Lulu. It's exciting, actually. 4 years ago, time flies. And I remember that first show. It's really exciting. So, yeah, thank you for having me back.
You're more than welcome, darling. I remember when you came, you was in the studio. And actually, that would have been, was that like the sort of like the beginning stages of your business then, or had you been going for a while? I'm trying to remember.
It has been going on for a while. So
Yeah.
it's just that I was changing direction in how I was getting the message out and how I was delivering the service. But I think at that point, I was definitely with my suitcases, rails, and going to individuals' homes. Wherever I could access women and wherever they wanted me to come, I would accommodate. So yeah, things have changed a little bit from then. But prior to that, I was actually very mobile.
So I'll just give you a minute. So I'll give you a minute just to introduce yourself and tell the listeners a little bit about you and what you do. So I've said what you do, but if you want to just introduce yourself in terms of what it is that you do. Can you hear me, Charl?
So I've lost you a bit there. I missed your question.
Oh no.
So sorry, Lou.
That's all right, darling. And I was just saying, if you can just tell the listeners a little bit about what it is that you do.
Okay, so Sister Size and what I do, I'm a professional bra fitter and I'm the owner and founder of Sister Size, a professional bra fitting service and breast awareness advocate.
I've lost connection. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happened. We've lost connection with you, Charl. We've lost connection. You're back. There you are.
Sorry, yeah. So I think I was at the point where I was just saying, we're advocates, breast awareness advocates, and I have a lovely little boutique for all you ladies based just adjacent to Ladbroke Grove Station. That's W11, W10, where you can either pop in or pre-book an appointment to be uplifted in a beautiful environment with bras of all different purposes. So whether it's for preteen or for sports bra, or whether because you've had breast augmentation or a mastectomy post-surgery, I've got the bras for you. So yeah, it's serving all women in the community.
Thank you so much, Charl. And even though I know that I've heard the story previously, every single time you tell me, it's always really inspirational. So it'd be really lovely if you could share with our audience your passion, like where your passion for breast awareness came from, where your passion for starting your business came from, and how that all came alive. Because I think, it's every time I hear the story, it's really inspirational. And I think there's so many women that are probably thinking about starting a business, or they're pondering on the idea but not quite too sure. Maybe they're in their full-time jobs and thinking, should I leave? Is this the right thing to do? So it would just be really encouraging, I think, to hear it from you.
Well, Lou, yeah, this story I've told quite a few times, haven't I? But my love and my passion for bra fitting and breast awareness was something that wasn't as direct. It wasn't as in my face. It wasn't necessarily right there at the forefront when when the idea started to manifest. But I think even every time I tell the story, especially if we leave it a couple of years from the time I was telling it last, as I get older, I'm realizing that it was a thing of I think from a very young age, I was searching for that thing, that sort of I was searching for that sort of my place, my
Yes.
purpose. And I
Yeah.
didn't even know I was looking for my purpose, because to say the truth, I was still trying to find it myself. But in that, I had the opportunity to work in an establishment that provided bra fitting for a lovely person very close to my heart. And at the time, it was literally an occasion of, do you want to earn extra money? It's Christmas, you know, let me know. And my thing was, I thought about it and I was like, yeah, let me do it. At the time, I think my daughter Jada was about maybe 4. And I'd been working at Citizen Advice Bureau. And it was just bringing in the extra bacon, for those that, don't eat meat or pork. But yeah, just bringing in the extra bacon. And it actually turned out to be one of the best decisions, one of the best yeses that I think that I've made in my life, and that has set me onto this journey that I am at now. And in doing that, I realized I'm a very solution orientated person. So put me in a situation, in kind of anywhere, where there's a problem and we need to find a solution to that problem. I think I'm very good at, and I get very excited about finding a solution to that issue, that problem. And working in that establishment kind of got my juices going and my mind going. And yeah, that's where the initial idea is, I think I can improve on this, but I need to learn more about it. And where it's about the boobs, the bras, as well as the breast awareness, which came a lot later. But yeah, that's where it kind of stemmed from, an opportunity. I can see a problem and I wanted to be the solution to that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. I love the way that you thought about the fact that you said there was a problem, and how is it that I can solve that solution? And obviously breast awareness is, it's really important, most especially about looking after ourselves and our health and our well-being and things like that. And what kind of obstacles did you come across, for women along that journey? What were some of the things that women were saying? Well, I know that I had a fantastic fit-in from you, first of all.
Okay.
It's a simple thing, isn't it? We think, oh, we know exactly how things should be and how it should look, but actually, it's important to look after ourselves, our posture. I'll let you do that picture, specialist.
Of course, definitely. The one thing about bra fitting and about what I do, it really is seeing is believing. And I do say to a lot of women, look, just come along and let me, and we'll do a whole 360. So we'll look from the back all around to the sides and the front of your bra, and we'll improve those areas. And improving the areas in the bra that you've got, so pulling in the straps, tucking in the boobs, making sure we've got the breast tissue, just going through that with the customer really helps her see for the first time. And I do see in the fitting room, it's like, now it makes sense. Now the straps, I get why that, the back being low, the cups, the breast tissue where it starts and ends, and then following it, the comfort. Because one thing I've heard a lot of women say is underwires. My bra is so uncomfortable. I feel restricted. It feels like I'm wearing a structure. It's unsupportive. It's it's rubbing. All of these things are a clear indication that you're probably wearing the wrong bra size and that the fit's wrong. But there's no stage in our life that we ever get, we're introduced to the world of bra fitting, how it's meant to fit, why it's meant to fit that way. So I made it my mission to find out, look at all the different areas of the bra. So I went to university and studied the construction of a bra. And I trained in breast cancer care to really understand that side of it and the anatomy of our boobs and, just basically how our boobs function and our breasts and seeing where the breast tissue starts and stops and all these different things. And then putting the two together and then fitting, working with some of the best fitters as well, organizations, and, not so great, to really see the level of, okay, this is what I can see a good service, good fit is. And, the results following on from that. And also, when this is presented, what the results that we get. So I can say that right now, currently the statistics are about up to 85% of women in the UK are wearing the wrong bra size. But I can say that for the women that have walked through the door of my shop, it's 97% of women that have come into store are wearing the wrong bra size. So it's a lot higher than I think we think, yeah. And it's definitely an ongoing, I'm on a mission to uplift as many women, girls and women as possible. So, yeah.
I love it. Uplifting women and girls. That's what we're all about. We are all about uplifting women and girls. And, it's even like in terms of, I remember like having like back problems and not even associating it with the fact that I could be wearing the wrong bra size and things like that. And, you know, just in terms of like generally checking our breast, you know, you're the one that taught me how to do that, so that I can do that in a safe way, and the things to like really look out for. And you know, I just think that, you know, this it's life-saving advice as well, isn't it? Some of the, you know, being able to equip yourself with knowing how to do that frequently, and to be able to spot the differences and things like that. What in terms of like starting your own business, what were some of like the challenges and accomplishments in starting your business? Because starting a business, having a child, studying, doing all these different things, and having to juggle so many different hats, you know, it really just it isn't easy. And one of the things that you said, which is something that comes up a lot when I'm having conversations with people, is about the fact that they were in full-time work. They were working, and then you took the plunge. You
transition.
You transition.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're living in times, as we know, cost of living crisis, things, everything's going up, interest rates. It's difficult times, so we have to just start businesses smarter. You know, it's not necessarily slower, it's just more considered because of the times that we're in. We're just having to change how we. So one of these things, definitely, I mean, if we think of sometimes a downtime that we do have, even if we dedicated a couple of hours a week to something that you're really kind of interested in, and can maybe, you know, potentially see a future in this actually being something that's financially viable, definitely, I wholeheartedly would advise a lot of women and people out there who want to start businesses, if you've got a job, you know, stick to the job that you've got, your full-time job. And even actually, now that I think there's a sort of law that's coming with regards to flexible working, take that opportunity. If you're in a workplace and your employees supportive of it, then definitely take flexible working in order to research your market. Look, we've all got fantastic ideas, but what we need to do is, there's a lot of research. So really finding out who your customer is does take a little time. So doing all of that and really finding out your industry, your competitors or not, or just learning from those that have done it before. You can do all of that while you're either working full-time or part-time. And, you know, so take bite sizes. I went back and forth a little bit on the, you know, whether I should go in full-time, whether it's great running it part-time. And what I realized, it becomes a certain point when you're growing your business, you know, that to have that safety net of another job just in case it feels great. But that actually, by the time you've built to a certain point and you're ready to kind of, you know, go in it alone and stuff like that, it's great to have sort of your own little tribe. And it might not be people that are employed by you, but it's really important to have a few people around you, whether it's mentors, somebody who's already, you know, started a business and gone through it. Just asking them, look, and especially if it's somebody who you admire what they do, or you're interested in what they do, you know, just hit them an email and ask them, look, do you mind me picking your brain like at least once a month to ask you a few questions? You'd be surprised the amount of people that have already led the way and started businesses and done all this, how much information they're willing to give free of charge. So it's just kind of, you know, it's slow and steady. I'm definitely a firm believer, slow and steady wins the race. So, you know, really consider, take your time, and kind of one foot in front of the other. So I definitely would say, if you've got that inkling, then you've got that feeling, go for it. There's nothing worse than basically sitting there years later and thinking, I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. And I done it, wasn't great, done it again, you know. So, you know, I'm definitely a firm believer of going for it.
Yeah, that's such good advice. And everything that you're saying, I'm like, yep. I literally feel it, because I've been there. And just in terms of like, you don't know what you don't know. I think that was something that I really learned along the way. And when you start a business, bootstrapping that business can be quite difficult as well. And learning to use your resources, and like you said, your network, and sometimes reaching out to people for advice and, you know, mentorship that may not necessarily be within your sort of like the community that you grew up in, but it could be, you know, a network outside of the community that you grew up in, offshoot from where you've worked, or whatever, somewhere else. So I think that you're bringing us the golden nuggets today, because I think they're really, really important things for people to be considering when they're starting a business. And I think, what do you think about, you mentioned something about hybrid working. I love that, because people that I know that Baba is big now. She's a young adult now, but I think in terms of being able to balance work-life balance, if you have children and you're working or you have a business, don't you think that, like, coming from where we're coming from and how we used to work, it makes such a difference? You know, what do you think about in terms of like having children and having the option now when we think about how we used to work?
I know there's some people are a little bit, not as comfortable with this new way of actually, and a way that we can be accommodated in the workplace, where we can actually, we talk about, sometimes when you speak of the village, okay, and the raising of a child, finding that, and sometimes actually it may not be in your immediate community as well. So for me, when Jada was younger, I was still going through that. Okay, I know I don't want to do this, but I haven't quite found what it is that I really want to do. In that time, I mean, I'm a young mum. In that time, I think I was still learning. Even when I was researching about my purpose, like my mission, I know there's something wrong here. This is the direction I know I'm going to go, but I'm not clear. I'm not really sure how I'm going to go about it and what particularly I'm going to do. But I know I've got this amount every week to play with. This amount is my baba, as we refer to it. But I've got this amount. So not neglecting, not negating what it is as a mother and the time that I give to her, but it's also making sure that you do have that balance, because you don't want to be overwhelmed with motherhood and then overwhelmed with starting a business, and then everything in your life is just overwhelming. It really is about sort of sitting down. It's about mindset. It's a lot to do with your mindset as well. And even though this is something that can grow through time, I think having a daughter, having her young, I think kind of gave me a quite resilient sort of mindset. I could see Jada, I could see her in the future. And what I wanted to be is that best example for not only showing resilience, but going for what you want. Going for what, if you can visualize it, I always say this, Jada, if you can see it, you can be it, you can do it. But if you can't see it, and that's why I think imagination, kids reading books and, this mind and sitting in silence and meditation. I know it's hard because this is something I found out later on, not as earlier on, to be able to sit in my thoughts and really kind of decode what it is I want and stuff like that. But I think for me as a young mum, and kind of seeing how I think Jada was actually probably one of my driving forces right at the forefront anyhow. So for me, I know I only had one child as well. And I know we all experience motherhood slightly different. And, fortunately for me, I was with her father. And with her father, so I had that immediate support as well.
Yes.
So I had that immediate support as well, and kind of a routine. So it wasn't, so I was making sure, once again, coming to that family and sort of that work-life balance. But yeah, I think definitely having a little sprog certainly does push you on, sort of, and kind of motivate you, because it's not just about you, it's about this, you want to show this little being that you can put your mind, really anything you put your mind to, you really can do and achieve. So it was really important for me to believe that myself, and then really be able to demonstrate it so Jada, my daughter, can see that. So it was actually quite exciting.
Self-belief, having faith, like being able to see that what you're thinking can actually come into fruition,
it's amazing.
It's really big. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the first time you see it come into fruition is even more amazing.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking much more about that. We're going to be going into a very, very short break, and when we come back, we'll be talking, we'll be just extending everything
Fantastic
that we've been saying. So please do not touch that dial. We are talking everything breast awareness, the right bra size, the right boob size. We're talking everything inspirational stories and journeys and hybrid working. So we'll be right back after this very, very, very short break. Charlene, please don't go further than getting a glass of water to Lou.
I'm okay anyway.
Please do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
With UK Export Finance, I'm fulfilling more export orders from around the world with working capital support.
Export insurance means I'll get paid when exporting to challenging markets.
At UK Export Finance, we believe no viable UK export should fail for lack of finance or insurance. Between 2022 and 2023, we provided £6.5 billion of government-backed trade finance to support UK exports. Learn how we could help you win export contracts, fulfill orders, and get paid. Search UK Export Finance today.
तकरीबन 60 मिलियन प्राइमरी स्कूल जाने वाले बच्चे इस वक्त स्कूल में दाखिल नहीं हैं। मयारी तालीम की फराहमी से पसमानदा बच्चों को गुर्बत के मुसलसल चक्कर से बचने का मुसावी मौका मिल सकता है। इस रमजान आइए आपके ताउन से इस बात को यकीनी बनाएं कि हर बच्चे को मयारी तालीम हासिल करने का मौका मिलेगा। मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन के जरिए बच्चे की तालीम को स्पॉन्सर करें। बस हमारे मकामी दफ्तर 12 कार रोड, नेल्सन, BB9 7JS पर तशरीफ लाएं। हमें 01282 723 455 पर कॉल करें या हमारी वेबसाइट www.minhajwelfare.org पर देखें। तरीन वीडियोस और अपडेट्स के लिए फेसबुक, इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर पर जुड़े रहें।
Nikah, talaq, counseling on matrimonial disputes, Islamic wills, Islamic law of inheritance, or an Islamic verdict on any other issue. The Muslim Sharia Council is at your service. We provide official certification, and our experienced and highly qualified imams are available to provide you with guidance when needed. MQI London is based at 292 to 296 Romford Road, Forest Gate. We are open from Monday to Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Or alternatively, call us now on 0208 257 1786.
Minhaj Sisters UK are proud to host their biannual retreat Al Tazkiyah 2024 from the 15th of November to
Hello and welcome back. You are locked into Revive FM 94.0 on the Power Hour. This show is about community matters, diversity and inclusion, a platform for women, leadership, entrepreneurship and inspirational stories. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you for hanging on whilst we was in our commercial break. We have got Charlene Imbert in the studio, founder of Sister Size. She is a breast awareness specialist and bra fitter. Welcome back, Charles.
My Lily.
And just before the break, we was talking about hybrid working. We was talking about things that are our inspiration, and you were sharing your inspiration, which is your Baba, which is your child, which is Jada, aka Baba, and just about the flexibilities of now, and sort of people taking the plunge from being in full-time work to then deciding that they're going to take the plunge and actually start their own business. I just wanted to delve a little bit deeper into breast awareness.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about your day-to-day and the women that you see. I know some of the organizations that you've worked for, and just delve a little bit deeper with you about what that's like. I know that some stories and some things that you come across are very, very difficult as well, and very sad, but also I think one of the many things, Charles, is that you really do give people a safe space, right? And you give people the place to be able to come, feel safe, and feel comfortable, to be able to. And I know that people may think maybe not even think about it. It's like, okay, you know, this is like an ordinary part of what I do, but I think it does make a difference. And I think that, you know, that's something that I say, I'm not saying it because I know you. but you know, but that is a genuine part of your personality. And you know, it will just be really nice to hear sort of like some of the experiences of the women when it comes to breast awareness and women's health and well-being.
Yeah, sure. Well, I think it's the Sister Size Boutique is a very unique sort of. It is boob, bras, and breast awareness. So it's a lingerie. Walking past it, will look just, you know, a lingerie shop, really bright, really funky, but very boutiquey. And it was really considered, actually. When I was thinking of the space, it was I was on the border of doing something like a living room or like a bedroom setting without the bed, with a dressing table, because I really wanted it in a way that the space spoke volumes to women of all different ages. I didn't want it to seem like a shop, like almost like a conveyor belt. You come in and you roll out, you come in as a purchase and you're out. I really wanted
I lost you for a second there.
awareness, but like almost like a third space. Yeah, so when we look at the age group that I get in my shop, it's from pre-teens, for about 8 to 10 years old, and we're talking about, you know, 70 plus. Some of my customers that have come in. So, and we're talking about ranges of training bra to you know, sports bra to mastectomy bras. So I just need a good non-underwire. Women that have gone through all stages of their life, whether it's having a baby, and you know, or weight loss journeys. There's so many ways and different stages in which this area here is affected by our lifestyle. So it's just showing that actually I can have a space where all women in all different walks of life are welcome. And I know when I was starting this up, I was, you know, a lot of people advising me, you know, sort of within that sort of business arena, that it, you know, you have to have that custom speaking to them, you know, how to communicate with them, what they like and and I found it really difficult kind of narrowing down to that.
It's your internet is, I'm losing you slightly.
It's actually the first professional bra fitting I've ever had, you know. So we're looking at, you know, and then women who are very much in tune and in touch with their breasts, to women who do not touch their boobs at all. And the idea of it, they were like, hey, you know, what's going on here? So it's really is a real different a variety of women that I get in the space. But it really is about, once you come into the door, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm able to give the services where we can actually lock the door and bring down the blinds, so where we can make the space really personal. And that may be for my women who have, you know, let's just say, who've had a mastectomy and want it to be private, you know, understanding, or some of my Muslim sisters who want to come in and feel that the service is accommodating to their modesty. And, you know, but as I say to everyone, women were all the same. So it's just being able to adapt the environment to that individual that walks in. And I'm so happy that in having this space, I'm able to do that. So I really did plan out and really considered. I went around to different lingerie stores and to really look at the different areas that they had and who it was servicing. And not to say I just got it and threw it all out and said, right, this is what I'm going to do. But I really did look at my space and say, I want something different. I did want that sort of living room. Sort of that sort of bedroom, boudoir, but sort of that home from home sort of space. And I do think I've kind of achieved it in my small little setting. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, you certainly have. It's so comfortable there, and you know, it's very welcoming, very warm, very much a safe space, very much somewhere that anybody would be comfortable going to, go and, you know, get fitted and feel comfortable in that space, because it's so lovely. And I just wanted to ask you, because it's something that maybe you don't even think about every day because you've been in business now for quite a long time. But I know that it's something that does come up for us, women, Black women entrepreneurs. I know that I certainly experienced it when I first started my business, and I had an office where I was more or less a minority in that space. And I wanted to know, you know, keeping things positive, but also keeping things really real in the conversation.
Yeah.
your journey as a Black woman
Mhm.
within the industry and as a lead and as a business owner. How has it felt to navigate that space? Has there been what are the barriers, if any, along the
Yeah.
way? And how have you kind of overcome them when you know sometimes that it has been the fact that you're a Black woman, has there been certain times it's made things more difficult, or has there been certain times when it has been actually no, a superpower, in my opinion, for example? So yeah, it'd be really good to hear things from that perspective. The fact that we're, I'm calling out from Newham. It's a very diverse area. There are a
Yeah.
lot of Black and brown people living in this borough.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be good to hear.
Well, I don't know. Some of you guys might not know. So as Louise mentioned, Newham, which is the borough that I was originally for, very diverse, very rich. I love it and I miss it. But I now live in the Royal Borough in Kensington and Chelsea, and where the shop is based is Ladbroke Grove, so it's North Kensington. And I have to say, the part of the RBKC in which I've actually set up in is the most diverse part of the borough. So Ladbroke Grove, you will find an absolute a diverse, range of people from all different backgrounds and religions. And what it's allowed me to do, once again, it's felt like home from home. So what I've done is I've really used that to my advantage of, number one, already experiencing being from a diverse sort of background, and actually always communicating and having friends from all different backgrounds. So coming into Ladbroke Grove, when I did move into Kensington and Chelsea, I think it was did you say superpower? I'm going to go with that. Superpower, I like that. Power hour, superpower.
Hey.
I did really use that to my advantage, and I've found it's worked in my favor. So it's maybe if I had been setting up in another part of the borough, maybe retract from that. I'm not going to put any doubt on it, because deep down inside, do I really, really think that if I was set up, say, in Chelsea on the other side of the borough, whether I wouldn't get that same sort of response that's coming in. But what I actually realised is, once women come through the door, you set the scene and the environment, the conversation that you have, how you make them feel at ease. So the same sort of service, actually, I would be giving anywhere I am for any woman that walks through the door. But just going back to what you said before, Louise, as a Black woman in business, it's one of those things, once again, has been my superpower. So it hasn't been something that...
Yeah. I think, yeah, I've got a little bit of... Shah, we've lost you on your internet connection a little bit. Yeah, I'll go into a commercial break, and then we will be right back, because I've lost you a little bit on the internet.
Thinking of selling or letting your property? Need someone reliable to find the best prospect for your home? Well, look no further. Cameron Adams is here to take care of all your needs. Our professional and experienced team will guide you through the entire process and ensure you find the right client for your property. For a no obligation quotation, contact us now on 0208 558 2000. That's 0208 558 2000. Or visit us at 30 Church Lane in Leytonstone. Cameron Adams, always at your service.
Revive FM 94.0 on the radio, on your mobile and online.
पानी के बगैर जिंदगी का तसव्वुर नामुमकिन है। दुनिया भर में तकरीबन 2 अरब से ज्यादा लोग ऐसे हैं जिनको पीने का साफ और महफूज पानी मुयस्सर नहीं। रोजमर्रा के इस्तेमाल के साथ साथ पीने के लिए इन्हें आलूदा पानी पर इन्हिसार करना पड़ता है, जिसकी वजह से बच्चे या बड़े सब मुख्तलिफ बीमारियों का शिकार हो जाते हैं, जो अक्सर जानलेवा साबित होती हैं। इस रमजान मुबारक मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन की वाटर फॉर ऑल अपील का हिस्सा बनिए। आप सिर्फ 180 पाउंड से एक छोटा हैंडपंप नस्ब कर सकते हैं, जो 15 खानदानों को साफ पानी उनकी दहलीज पर मुहैया करते हैं। नस्बशुदा हैंडपंप की रिपोर्ट और दीगर तफसीलात डोनर को मुहैया कर दी जाती हैं, ताकि वो जान सके कि उनकी अमानत हकदारों तक मुहैया कर दी गई है।
No.
Yeah. Hello? Yep. Charlene, are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Yes, you are. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? You can hear me, or you can't hear me?
Minhaj Sisters UK are
With
proud to
UK
host
Export
their
Finance,
biannual
I'm fulfilling more export orders from around the world with working capital support.
Export insurance means I'll get paid when exporting to challenging markets.
At UK Export Finance, we believe no viable UK export should fail for lack of finance or insurance. Between 2022 and 2023, we provided £6.5 billion of government-backed trade finance to support UK exports. Learn how we could help you win export contracts, fulfill orders, and get paid. Search UK Export Finance today.
Nikah, talaq, counseling on
Can you hear me through the
matrimonial
mic?
disputes, Islamic
Can you hear me through the
wills,
mic?
Islamic law of inheritance, or an Islamic verdict on
Can you
any
hear
other
me?
issue.
Okay, one sec.
The Muslim
Can
Sharia
you hear me through the
Council
mic?
is at your service. We provide official certification, and our experienced and highly
Lulu,
qualified
can you hear me?
to
Yeah, you
provide
just
you
told
with
me
guidance
to put her
when
through the
needed.
mic.
MQI London is
Can you hear me, Lulu?
Yeah, yeah.
296.
I can't hear you.
We are
Yeah,
open
can you hear
Sorry,
me?
darling, I can't hear.
4
Can't hear me.
p.m. Or alternatively, call us now on 0208 257
Shall I reboot it? Audio. Right, so my audio's, yeah, that's working. My camera.
From the glimmer of his head. Allah, 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 Allah.
No, I can't hear.
الصبح بدا من طلعته والليل دجى من وفرته الله الله الله.
Testing, Lulu.
الله 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 الله. Allah, Allah. The tree began to walk, the stone began to speak. The tree began to walk, the stone began to speak. The moon split into two upon his order.
No, sorry, Lulu. Oh, right. So, okay. So let me check my settings. Audio.
القمر لإشارته الله 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 الله